Shout out to JMJ with this one. This is just a back end on the last song I listened to. So this is just BTS Explained. So we're gonna sit back, we're gonna relax, we're gonna have a good time, man. So this is me finding out some of their discography. So be patient with me, you know what I'm saying, as I go on this journey. So hey, let's check this out.
So here we have another clever song from the BTS rap line spitting out fire, just like Dang. But if you thought this song was to diss haters and crush them, well, I would say that is maybe like 50% right. It's actually deeper than that.
Well, you know, depending on what he said on one of the lines that I quoted, I felt like it was deeper than that. You know what I'm saying? And I felt like it was more of an anthem song myself. So but I knew with that line, it kind of changed the way I looked at the song.
So let's dive into the real meaning of the song. So Suga starts out with saying that the haters are starting to get triggered again, and they get triggered so fast that even before the actual fuel is poured, they ignite and burn themselves.
Wow.
It means that haters overreact and blow things out of proportion with the smallest details.
Right.
And in that process, they don't know that they're actually hurting themselves with all the negativity. Now he's being sarcastic and calling the haters a pro, a player that enters the ring with a trivial little flaw and keeps on biting on that and doesn't let go, making a big fuss out of it. So 동네북 is literally translated into neighborhood drum. This is a Korean expression that means a drum that anybody can hit on, basically meaning an easy target or person to shit on.
Right, punch it back.
Dung is how Koreans pronounce the sound of a drum. The haters keep on poking with no reason, like a boxing player that keeps on jabbing. And if Suga keeps on ignoring them, they start to stab him. This expression 담궈버리다 is actually a very hardcore slang used by Korean gangs when they stab people with knives. The original word 담그다 would mean to put an object into a liquid, usually used in terms of kimchi or salted seafood.
Oh, that looks so good.
The common thing among these foods is that they are all red, liquidy, and they go inside jars.
Oh, now I get it. Stab something, the red liquid comes out. Right, okay, I get it.
For fermentation. So you can see why gangs would use this word in that kind of way. And 푸 is a word that expresses the action of stabbing into something very deep and powerfully.
Just like I just said.
만에 하나라도 꼬로막에 굴거나 수틀리게 나오면 나가지고 창을 내가지고 젓갈을 담궈버리려니까 말입니다, 형님.
넌 어째 나이를 처먹고도 여전히 무지막지하니? 험한 새끼. 젓갈이 뭐냐, 젓갈이. 아, 나 유한 새끼.
Now notice that the mimetic words 둥둥둥, 툭툭, and 푹푹 all rhyme with uk and each other, and they all escalate by each line, from hitting a drum to jabbing and stabbing. So haters start off trying to tease and make fun of Suga, but when he doesn't respond, they start jabbing and stabbing him. The truth becomes a lie becomes the truth. It's funny to see everyone suddenly becoming a morally perfect and flawless human being. And yeah, I know a little bit about this too, and it seems like the typical characteristics of many online communities and platforms with people that have nothing better to do in real life than spread hate towards others.
I mean, you think about the cesspool of Twitter, you know what I'm saying? Twitter is like that. Facebook can be like that. TikTok, you know what I'm saying? I mean, just like he said, you know what I'm saying, it's just a cesspool of online haters. You do one thing and it's blown out of proportion. And like even on this channel, I've experienced that on this channel where, you know what I'm saying, something I said in a video, people can misconstrue and misunderstand what I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I've been called a racist or somebody that's been prejudiced. So I get that, man. Like, so I definitely resonate with those bars right there.
Get a life, guys. RM states that rage is an actual emotion that is sometimes needed. He says that people have the right to get mad at certain things, and that might be our history. The word history can be used in general terms, as in a nation or the world's history, or in terms of BTS themselves, like how their success and legacy was motivated and accomplished through anger. But overall, RM acknowledges the fact that rage can likely change the world. Now, Korea is a nation full of rage against many surrounding countries that invaded and colonized our land. Also, don't forget the most recent incident of rage impeached our former president as well.
Wow.
But he says that the anger that heads towards him is not 분노, rage, but 분뇨, human waste, PP and poo-poo. He says that haters are actually killing anger with their fake anger, and numerous people are tired of that.
Right.
This means that the useless negative energy or anger about stupid things haters throw around in the world is actually devaluating the power and impact of the word anger. RM keeps on going by saying that your anger is not just killing us. We're used to that shit anyways. But the real problem is that people are getting insensitive about the emotion anger itself, since it's so normalized and thrown towards them. And
I mean, when you talk about the emotion anger, you know what I'm saying, that's the most monetized expression on the internet, you know what I'm saying? And I mean, we can see with the last 5 years that anything that happened in America, from Black Lives Matter, All Lives Matter, you know what I'm saying, social justice warriors, all that has been fueled by anger, you know, and anger makes people do stupid things. And if that anger isn't controlled, then you have, well, an overstimulated, like, keep giving us anger, and then you just become numb to the events around you. Sorry if I misconstrued that a little bit, but you know what I'm saying, that just kind of made me think about what was going on in America.
In every direction. He keeps on going by saying that human waste and indifference is a team, which is what the haters are and deserve. Then the rap line goes, ook. Ook is a Korean term that describes the state of blood suddenly rushing to your head in a second right after you see something infuriating. It's usually used towards people who don't know how to keep their temper and are hot-headed. BTS cleverly translated ook into ugh, very similar to how it sounds in English. And it also gives that feeling of a sudden disgust or frustration. Now, why does the rap line suddenly feel angry? Because of the haters? Well, not exactly. They're actually mad because of the anger that contains malice. At this point, they don't care about what haters shit on them anymore. They're angry about the fact that this pure emotion called anger is being used in such a malicious way to hurt them or others, which result in nothing else but harm. It doesn't change the world or history, and that's why they bring up the word 분뇨, human waste, because anger is becoming wasted.
So he's mean it's like people are just wasting their anger on pointless things. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's how cancel culture is too. It's just pointless.
Then J-Hope goes on and says that he's angry about the anger that got extinguished. In accordance with the previous lyrics, this means that J-Hope is angry that at some situations when anger was truly needed for like a protest or a good cause or whatever, it died out and didn't meet its final goal. Because the anger is being diffused towards random subjects like BTS themselves or, for example, DKDK-TV. They don't care, and we don't care either, but if that energy were to be gathered and used for a meaningful cause, the anger could actually make an improvement in the world. So basically, stop shitting on Twitter and throwing your anger at random people and make that
I just said that. That's funny.
Anger useful and make yourself useful. In general, they go on promoting anger. They say be angry about things that are not just in this society.
Right.
However, to the haters, this line has a sarcastic double meaning. It's basically saying, yeah, go off as much as you can until you become ashes and break yourself. Whatever, I don't give a f. J-Hope continues to say that he understands that anger is a powerful emotion that moves and rules the world. But then he says that some people these days just can't live without being angry. They're just too angry at every single little thing, and they go crazy with it. They're like, ooh, 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 ooh.
It seems like it's just to make a comment on that, man. The world is full of anger. You know what I'm saying? Without anger, you can't get nothing done. So I mean, just the typical way that I feel like a lot of emotions are poured out on social media that oversaturated. Just like I mentioned earlier, like, you know what I'm saying, we get on social media and scroll down almost looking for something to be mad at. So I'm looking for something for people to say that's stupid, you know what I'm saying? And we don't actually really think about the consequences of that, you know what I'm saying? Even on ourselves and even inside of our bodies, you know, that we don't really understand what we're doing. So
once again, he points out that there are thousands of reasons to get angry about. Either if it's for good or bad, it is anger. He says that unleashing your anger is okay, but he doesn't like the anger that harms other people's lives. So he urges haters to stop that.
He says nothing wrong with the anger naturally, but anger from haters, that's just unnatural. So I get that.
So someone's actions can hurt someone, and someone's words can make someone lose hope, and someone's blink of an eye can become a moment for someone. Someone's anger can cost even life of someone.
Yeah.
Suga spits out of disgust.
That was actually my favorite bar in the song. But yeah, that was actually my favorite bar in the song, actually. I would love that to be on a t-shirt or something.
Although these lines are universal and it applies to all of us, here in particular in this song, because they went to the extent of mentioning a life, personally I think they had in mind of the tragic incidents that happened in K-pop last year. Stupid and useless actions, words, mockery, and anger were wasted on such meaningless things about idols and celebrities, that some of these celebrities were forced to make a very unfortunate decision. If you think this is a stretch, then you should listen to the next verse. This part is an impersonation of haters and netizens. These jobless people keep on saying stuff such as, what's the big deal about getting some insults? You guys deserve it because you guys make a whole lot of money anyways. So stop complaining. It's a toll for being famous, so just suck it up.
Wow.
This is the common logic that many netizens would say whenever a celebrity brought up how they are suffering from or are planning to sue hate comments. Try me. Just let me be in your place. Let me be an idol, and I'd be able to deal with all of that, is what the haters keep on saying, justifying the hate comments and undermining the pain celebrities have just because they profit out of publicity. Then the haters say the word ahem. Now this sound or word is used in English as well, simply to clear out your throat or show that you're present or give an invisible message to someone who's not able to read the atmosphere, or to nullify the awkwardness after saying something embarrassing and on, like something like that. Anyways, as you see a lot of ahems in this part, I would say that all the usages and contexts would actually fit in. However, just to add one extra point of view as a Korean, the sound ahem was mostly used by yangban or gondes in Korea. So yangban is a privileged noble class during the Goryeo Joseon dynasty that knew how to read Chinese and study Confucianism and were superior in class to all the other classes such as mechanics, merchants, farmers, and slaves. These yangbans would use the word in diverse situations, like when they needed their servants or when they would scold them or try to show off their nobleness.
That's funny, because I actually seen that in a lot of foreign films too.
그 쓸데없이 방 차지하고 있는 상끝들 밀쳐내고 어서 방이나 한 칸 마련해 놓게.
보시다시피 양반님네 성화가 보통이 아니요.
먼저 숙박한 사람을 내쫓다는 이게 무슨 경우야? 그리 못하오. 아니 저놈이 지금 뭐라고 짓거리는 게야? 가만 좀 있어 보시게.
Yeah.
양반님네들이 저리 순하게 나오시는데
I just heard it.
쓰셔야겠소.
그래요.
제대로 된 과거도 아니고 그까지 잡고 하나 보는데 뭘 그리 볼 게 많은가?
사람 목숨 다룬 일이 그리 만만한 줄 아십니까?
하, 그래봤자 의원 나부랭이가 아니냐. 너희들 하는 일을 의학이 아니라 의술이라고 부르는 이유를 모르겠더냐.
Also, konde basically means boomer in the workspace, or someone older than you that tries to force their way without any logic or reasonable reason just by the fact that they're born earlier than you. These kondes casually use ahem to give nunchi, which is a Korean thing that basically means figure out what I mean or what I want without me having to say it with my own mouth.
That is so stupid.
The magic word would be ahem, and everybody would have to shut up and comply. So the word ahem has a complex usage and nuance in it, but basically it would be best if you understood it as these internet keyboard warriors who think they are morally perfect, better than you, sitting on their high horses, trying to shush you and give you nunchi and saying, suck it up.
Yeah, that never made sense to me. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of that, what I do agree with though, I think to some degree when you in the public eye, you always gonna be under scrutiny. That's gonna be one thing that's prevalent. You know what I'm saying? Even though you don't deserve the attention, like you're gonna be scrutinized and judged, and because you're right in front of the camera, you're where everybody can see you. Every word is taken into account, and it's gonna be dissected and reacted to. You know what I'm saying? Just like what I do on this channel. You know, with the commentary, what I'm hearing right here. You know, I'm just commentating on what I'm hearing, but I think it takes good patience and endurance to be able to just rightly divide what you're hearing. But of course, when it comes back to people, you know what I'm saying, people just, you know, whatever's in front of their face, they judge it. So, you know.
So yeah, you could replace the ahems with the words like suck it up, get over with it, or shut up. While BTS is receiving all these ahems, if you listen carefully to the tone they're rapping with, you can feel a sense of sarcasm, which means at one point, BTS is saying the same thing, ahem, vice versa to the haters as well. In conclusion, this song is mainly about BTS's anger against how people these days waste their precious anger, emotions, time, and energy.
That's a really good
things like mocking celebrities, BTS, and
that's a really good song. That's a good message in the song.
To tragic incidents, when this anger could actually be used in a revolutionary way to bring change in history or positivity. Therefore, Oop is not a direct diss song about the haters, because it seems like BTS has elevated to a level where they don't even care anymore about human trash. It's bigger than the haters. It's a declaration about the emotion anger itself, and a lament on the modern day socio-contextual usage or waste of anger.
It's a freestyle Sunday. I didn't mean to interrupt, so abruptly cut me, trip me. I know that God loves me cause he's patient, kind, also long suffering. I don't know how he puts up with our fussing. Kicking, screaming, complaining, don't touch me, trust me. Cause if they knew me, I'd be passing by the saints so much I drew breeze. Similar to Cain and Abel, the two seeds, since line of